Okay, so we continue our discussion on social choice theory. In this video, we will discuss other voting methods aside from plurality. These are the majority rule method, Condorcet method, pair or random method, for the count method, sequential pairwise, and approval voting. So to continue, let's discuss the majority rule method. In this method, if a candidate receives majority or more than 50% of the first place votes, he is declared the winner. Now, this is not to be confused with majority criterion because majority criterion is a fairness condition, whereas majority rule is a voting method. Now, let's illustrate the majority rule method in this example. Suppose that we have this preferential table and observe that A has 10 first place votes, B has 5, and C has 2. Now, if we compute the percentage of the first place votes of A, we got 10 out of 17, which is 58.85%. Now, because 58.85 is higher than 50%, we see that A is the winner by majority rule method. Now, some characteristics of the majority rule method are the following. Majority rules is a good method of voting because there is a guaranteed winner in case there are only two candidates and an odd number of voters. The reason for this is because if there are only two options and the number of voters are odd, then definitely one of the two candidates will get majority of the first place votes. However, if there are more than two options, then it's possible that there is no winner by majority. So to illustrate this, let's consider this preferential table. Observe that A got 6, B got 5, D got 3, and C got 1. So let's compute the percentage of the first place votes for candidate A. So we see that we have 6 out of 15, which is 40%, which is not majority. And therefore, there is no winner by majority rule method in this particular example. Now let's differentiate the plurality method and the majority rule method. In plurality method or plurality voting, there is always a winner because the winner is the one with the most number of first place votes, unless of course there are ties. In majority rule method, the candidate that gets more than half of the first place votes is declared the winner. So in plurality, there is a higher chance that there is a winner compared to majority. So to illustrate the difference between plurality and majority, let's take a look at this preferential table. Suppose that candidate A got 14 votes, C got 11, D got 8, and B got 4. So notice that in plurality method, the winner is A. But if we compute the percentage of the first place votes of candidate A, we have 14 out of 37, which is just 37.84%. So we see that A did not get majority of the first place votes, and therefore there is no winner by majority. Now, as I have mentioned earlier, majority rule method is different from majority criterion. Majority criterion is a fairness condition, whereas majority rule method is a voting method. Now we know that definitely majority rule method satisfies the majority criterion. So this ends the discussion on majority rule method. Let's proceed to the next voting method, which is the Condorcet method. In Condorcet method, a candidate that wins all its head-to-head battles is declared the winner. This is popularized in the 18th century by Marquis de Condorcet. So in the Condorcet method, if a candidate wins all its head-to-head battles against other candidates, then that candidate is declared the winner. Now, it is certainly possible that there is no winner in this Condorcet method. Okay. In addition, this is not to be confused with the Condorcet criterion, as again, Condorcet criterion is a fairness condition, whereas Condorcet method is a voting method. Let's consider this example. Let's see if there is a winner by the Condorcet method. Okay, let's have A versus B. A versus B. So in this case, how many people prefer A over B? So we have 6 plus 1, putting A above B. So that's 7. How about the number of people that prefer B over A? So you have 5 plus 3. They put B above A. So that's a total of 8. So in this case, B is the winner. Now let's pair B with another candidate, C. Now how many people prefer B over C? So we have 6 plus 5 plus 3. They put B above C. So that's a total of 14. How about the number of people that prefer C over B? So you have 1, putting C above B. So in this case, the winner by this uh, battle is B. And then finally, let's pair B and D. So how many people prefer B over D? So we have 6 plus 5 plus 1. They put B above D. Whereas the number of people that prefer D over B is 3. So in this case, the winner is B. So observe that B wins all of its head-to-head battles and is therefore the winner by Condorcet method. Now, as I have mentioned earlier, it is possible that there is no winner under the Condorcet method, like in this particular example. Take note that in the Condorcet method, a candidate must win all of its head-to-head battles. If there is a battle that is not won by that candidate, then that candidate cannot win in the Condorcet method. So this ends the discussion on Condorcet method.